I know we have gathered to speak about this multi-episode arc airing that's tomorrow, starting tomorrow,
Yes.
May 19th and 20th on Beyond the Gates. That's going to spotlight the Cotillion. And
Yes,
you are the brilliant mastermind behind the Cotillion choreography that we're going to see on these episodes. How did you approach creating choreography that honored the history of the Cotillion while still feeling fresh and authentic for today's audience?
well, first of all, I am I'm a seasoned age bracket. So I was like, I knew I never was a part of Cotillion, but I had a couple of friends who were honored to be a part of it. So first of all, I did my research and was like, okay, tell me before we get to dance, what did you do to prepare for it? How long did you guys, what is the meaning behind all these different moments? And it was like you said, it's just history of culture, it's etiquette, it's black excellence at its, to me, at which is what we were expressing, but just overall excellence for the the coming of age of going into your next steps as an adult. So those were the first approaches, me calling my other friends in dance and choreography, and then just people who I just knew, just friends who were a part of a cotillion. And like, let's start there. And then I started doing my research on all styles, whether it was Berkeley, and it was just different cotillions and different ethnicities that do cotillion, because I was a little bit first not aware. I just knew about the black community, but I just now it broadened me, like cotillion is for many different ethnicities. And so I wanted to make sure that I merged in a little bit, infused, where everyone could kind of see themselves in this particular moment. So,
You know, it's wild. As I was preparing for this interview and doing research about the cotillion, I was only familiar with the cotillion too from my experience, in the Black community. It was only
mhm.
moments ago that I was like, oh, this reaches outside of our community. I had no
Yes.
idea.
Me neither. Me neither. Where I became like obsessed with it. Like I was like looking and seeing like and at a high level too, where it's like studied to almost ballroom style dancing and just the different shapes and how I'm now getting into the technical dance of it, of how it can look beautiful from overhead, and how if you're sitting on this side of the room, what you're doing, and how you're allowing each world to see the different participants and stuff like that. I was like, this is immaculate. This is beautiful. I'm just very honored that I'm able to, in my career, do this style of movement, and especially for Beyond the Gates, like hands down.
Absolutely. Right? Now,
Yes.
you have choreographed for some of the biggest stars from Justin Bieber to Usher. So are there any major differences between, you know, choreographing for a dramatic TV series like Beyond the Gates versus creating movement for music performances and videos?
Um, yes and no. Um, uh, n- yes, because of the time frame that I have to show a movement. Like, so imagine me doing like 2 minutes of a piece and possible for TV, and only 10 seconds of it getting shown, because we're still editing storyline and everything in the mix of it. So I have to like focus in on what it is that is about to be shown and make sure you see the moment quickly, and then still honoring and making sure you feel it. Music video, we can kind of keep splashing in, but overall star power, no, same thing. I want to come in there and I want it to be memorable, and for you to always go back to this moment in your mind of like, oh, this episode, I remember this. Same thing for a music video. Oh, Sierra's Promise. Oh, I remember that. It's the wall moment, or something like that. It's when she's leaning on this. It's you're still trying to create a moments and moments. Like yeah. So, and I've worked in TV and film for a couple years and stuff like that. So I've become pretty good with that.
Now, speaking of moments and creating something memorable, right? So when you look back on this experience, looking back on filming this multi-episode event, was there a moment either during rehearsals or filming that felt especially meaningful or memorable for you personally?
Absolutely. I think it was in the room with because everyone is young who was in the room learning the movement. And the moment I said, okay, so guys, I need a moment in here where we do something modern that you guys want to do. I know the music is not telling you how you guys will all of a sudden start dancing like it's today, it's current. I said, but what would you do? Like, what do you feel? I'm gonna just have a moment where I'm gonna say now freestyle, and everybody just kind of do their own thing. And that's when I saw everybody release. This is when I saw everybody like and they were having fun. So it actually was the turning moment of like, once I got the okay that I could now take it from tradition and make sure like there's a moment that happens that feels super current to the storyline of the kids that were involved in that scene and what would they do, hands down, because that's when they released, that's when they were having fun, that's when they started smiling with each other and started, and I was like, okay, here go the magic moment. And once that part was created, when we were filming, everyone in the room who had not seen it, when we're shooting, they haven't seen the movement. And when those kids got to that moment, everyone, the whole room kind of lightened down too. They were like, ah, and I want to get screams. I want to get, hey, all of that kind of. So, and that's the moment where it happened. And from that day forth, rehearsals and prepping for this scene became a lot more easier and calm for everyone involved because they felt like themselves were being put into the dance as well, which is what is always needed anytime you do. And once I started doing my research, Cotillion would always let that moment happen. So you can see eras, you can see if it happened in 1990, if you 2005, 2026, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure they saw themselves in this moment. They'll never get it back. So they should be able to see where they were in that era.
As I'm listening to you speak, I'm envisioning, I feel like you're going, and I know I'll have to wait to watch the episodes, but I feel like you're going to give us like this very enriching interpretation of like the classic waltz. Because I know the cotillion, doesn't the cotillion kind of combine classic waltz traditions? So we're going to
Absolutely.
see some of that in your work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And well, we definitely had to learn the four steps of just waltzing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, turn one. So you will definitely see that, but then we're gonna put a twist on it.
Like some
Um,
soul.
it's some soul on it, yes. And you imagine the cotillion when you're prepping for it, you're prepping for it for months before you do it. The daddy and daughter dance, like those moments. I was talking to friends, I was like, what was it like with your father, like learning or that moment? And it was like it was one of the most enriching moments. And another friend told me it was kind of funny with my dad. My dad is more of a funny guy, so we took it seriously but not so seriously. So I was like, okay, all those need to be seen in this moment.
And I was just thinking of something. Did you have to work closely with the wardrobe department? Because I know you have to rehearse, in your regular kind of garments that dancers wear, but then you have to rehearse in the gowns and the suits. So was that added another layer to rehearsal, I imagine, right?
Absolutely. The lining underneath the females, the ladies' dresses, that's what took us for a turn. Is yeah, we had all these incredible turns and going in between each other and stuff like that. And then when we put on the wardrobe, we was like, uh-oh, uh, uh, okay. We need to shorten it here, or my heel is getting caught in the inside. And so it was a lot of adjustment. It was a lot of adjustment on set, but everyone handled it. The wardrobe department and the actual actors and dancers did an amazing, amazing job of making it work on the day and still executing at a high level.
For viewers, this cotillion storyline, the storyline may be their first introduction, right, to the
Hmm.
cotillion tradition.
Hmm.
So, what do you hope audiences take away from seeing this celebration portrayed on Beyond the Gates?
Just like all the episodes on Beyond the Gates, I'm gonna speak Black community in particular, is the Black excellence and the tradition, because sometimes I feel like our tradition is not shown a lot on TV. So it would be great for them to see all different aspects of our cultural traditions. And this is something that I've been wanting, like, no this, but like Dancing with the Stars and everything. I was like, oh my God, if they would put like two-stepping and things like nature like that as part of their genre of dance, because it is really hard and it's a cultural dance and it has some intricateness that is so detailed and great, that now you'll be able to see that inside of this moment, and you'll see the moment of parents and their children and leading them to the next stage in life, and seeing how the Black community also does that as well.
Right
That's
on. Very good. Well, Jamaica Craft, that's my time. Thank you so much, Miss, for
Thank
giving me
you,
your time
Nye.
today. I'm
No,
looking forward
thank
to
you.
watching these episodes. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope I answered all correctly.
No, you did great. Thank you so much. I mean, you got me really excited. I can't wait to see your vision,
Me
through
neither.
dance.
I'll be seeing it for the first time too tomorrow.
Right
So
on.
I'm super excited for tomorrow and the next day. Like I'm really, really excited. I know what it meant for everybody on the day. Like tomorrow the Mrs. Dupree, she was part of Cotillion. She corrected us on certain things, which was great. Um, it was just a learning lesson for all of us.
Very
And I
good.
love that. I love that. Very community driven.
Well, I imagine you're going to get a lot of responses on social media from people who watch it and had the cotillion experience. They're going to watch it, and if they know that you're the choreographer, they're going to be like, "Girl, you did your thing."
I hope so. From your mouth to God's ears,
Yeah,
let them not tear me down and be like, you should have did this.
that's right. Yeah, because it can be
But
brutal too.
it can be brutal too. But I'm
Yeah.
speaking positivity. I know what I went into it with my heart is that I wanted to make sure that I honored. So